Hi, I'm excited to share my signature project with you today. The title is Impact of Piano Keyboard Music Therapy on Sound-Seeking Behaviors and Classroom Conduct in Elementary Students by Jessie C. Guin. The table above shows data of 5 students from my special education caseload at University Charter School, where I am employed. It highlights how often I have observed sound-seeking behaviors, aggression, and classroom engagement before piano therapy was introduced. These observations reflect what I was seeing firsthand in the classroom, focusing on emotional regulation, focus, and self-control. All 5 students showed sound-seeking behaviors more than 5 times per hour, pointing to a strong need for alternative sensory input. Their classroom engagement levels were also 55% or lower, which is concerning. This supports the idea of using piano therapy as an intervention. This study was not fully completed due to limited time between classes. Identification of the problem. This study focuses on addressing disruptive behaviors and low classroom engagement in students with sensory processing difficulties, especially those who seek out sound. Background investigation. This slide highlights how common sensory challenges are in students with ASD and how they affect their learning and classroom participation. Despite this, teachers have limited access to proven strategies. Piano therapy could offer a structured way to meet sensory needs, helping reduce disruptions and increase focus. Literature review. So, piano therapy is especially effective for students with autism spectrum disorder because it is goal-oriented. According to Sillerot, the structured nature of the piano helps students work towards specific musical tasks, which supports their learning and engagement. McGuire also pointed out that music therapy in general can lead to improvements in self-help skills, motor skills, and social interactions, so it is really beneficial in a school setting. One thing that makes the piano stand out is how clearly it shows pitch and rhythm. Sillerot explains that this helps students connect their actions, like pressing a key, to the sound they produce, which makes learning more meaningful. When students imitate sounds or rhythms on the piano, it naturally encourages them to engage, and that repetition helps with both social and motor development. And lastly, building piano skills helps students learn how to control their movement and attention better, which can actually lead to better behavior in and out of music sessions. Planned, not yet performed. This action research is hypothetical due to limited time between classes. The plan outlines a proposed implementation rather than actual data collection. It is intended to illustrate how piano therapy could potentially impact student behavior, focusing on areas like sound-seeking behaviors, engagement, and overall class conduct. The goal is to provide a framework for understanding the possible benefits of this approach. Action plan. The 8-week study will have sessions 3 times a week, each lasting 30 minutes in a quiet, distractive-free room. I will use a 61-key keyboard with lighted keys, an LCD display, and headphones to enhance sensory input. Sessions will be one-on-one, focusing on structured piano exercises to reduce disruptive behaviors and improve classroom engagement. The goal is to address sound-seeking behaviors and create a supportive environment for students with ASD. Sampling method and sample description. Now let me explain the sampling method and how I plan to select participants for the study. The focus was on 12 lower elementary students, pre-K through 3rd grade, at University Charter School who have active IEPs and receive special education services. From this group, 5 students were selected based on the criteria including diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder, documented sound-seeking behaviors, and challenges with classroom engagement. These factors align with the goals of the study. Collaboration and logistics. I will meet with the head of school and elementary principal to address resources for piano therapy sessions. I will use the school's band keyboard or have a personal one as a backup, along with headphones and the Piano Maestro app for tailored instruction. Sessions will take place in a shared space with the special education services, requiring consistent scheduling for equipment access. Ongoing coordination with school staff is essential to minimize disruptions and ensure a successful study aiming for effective intervention within the student's learning environment. Internal and external validity. Internal validity. I will conduct all sessions and observations to ensure consistency and data collection. A behavior checklist will be used post-intervention to gather teacher feedback and assess changes in classroom behavior. External validity. The checklist will be compared to standardized behavioral tools to ensure construct validity. For constant validity, an expert in special education will review the checklist to ensure its relevance and comprehensiveness. The goal is to make the results applicable to other students with similar sensory and behavioral needs. Ethical considerations, confidentiality, and special populations. For confidentiality, I will keep students' data anonymous by using codes instead of names, ensuring no one can identify individual students. Any reports or presentations will include only aggregated data. Since the participants are minors, I will obtain informed consent from their parents and guardians before starting. For special populations, I will adjust the interventions to meet each student's sensory, emotional, and learning needs, ensuring a comfortable and supportive environment. I will also make it clear to students and families that they can withdraw at any time without consequence, ensuring respect and trust throughout the study. RIB is required. In discussing with the Institutional Review Board, I want to emphasize my completion in the CITI training, which equips researchers to handle ethical considerations. The IRB must review and approve my research plan to ensure safety and ethics, especially for vulnerable participants like minors. Any changes during the study require RIB approval to maintain research integrity and participants' trust, reinforcing my commitment to ethical practices. My anticipated outcomes and student impact. As I mentioned earlier, I was unable to conduct action research on this, but based on the literature I reviewed on piano therapy, it does show potential benefits. Students may experience decrease in sound-seeking and aggressive behavior over time as their sensory needs are more constantly met through music-based activities. While immediate academic engagement might not drastically increase, small improvements are expected as students become more emotionally and behaviorally regulated. Continued exposure to music therapy could contribute to stronger self-regulation skills and better classroom behavior over time, leading to improved learning outcomes and overall student achievement. Reflection. What could I have done differently? If I were to make changes, I would gather data on how students feel about playing the piano or playing music in general. This would help me adjust the activities to their preferences and increase motivation. I would also consider scheduling the sessions in the morning as it might work better for the students' focus and energy levels. Additionally, I could add more variety like rhythm exercises or different instruments to keep things fresh and appeal to different learning styles. This would help maintain engagement and make sessions more enjoyable for all students. This is my reference page. Thank you so much.